Hey, so I want to clear something up. Educate, entertain, and inspire are content styles. They are not a strategy and they are not your content pillars. If that's the way that you have been defining your content pillars, don't worry, you are not alone. There's other people who have made this mistake as well. But I want you to know that you are building a content strategy on the wrong foundation. So by the end of this video, you are going to understand the difference between content styles and content pillars, and you will have a clear framework that's going to help you really surface your content pillars so that they complement your audience, your offers, your services, and your expertise. So here's the mistake that I often see, and it's that creators and small business owners are often told to pick 3 to 5 content pillars. And what do they choose? They pick entertain, educate, and inspire. And it sounds like the right answer, but then their content still feels scattered. They're not sure what to post. They're not sure how their content connects to their offer or to their audience. And even though they might be posting often, it's not leading to any type of momentum or conversions. Maybe you felt like your content ideas are a little bit inconsistent, or maybe you saw something online and you try to replicate it for yourself, unlike what others are doing, but it doesn't really feel like you or your brand. Or maybe you're stuck just posting inspirational content, but it's not really landing or resonating well with your audience. And here's why it's not working. It's because educate, entertain, and inspire are not topics. They are like emotional tones or delivery styles. And what happens with content that doesn't have any real topics? It has no anchor, there's no foundation. When there's no foundation in a strong message or strategy, your message is gonna get lost. By the way, if you are new here, my name is Nancy and I make videos about content strategy, tutorials, and ways to simplify and streamline your content marketing efforts. So if that interests you, make sure you like and subscribe and leave me a question or a comment on a topic that you'd like me to discuss in the next video. Okay, so let's break this down so that we can workshop this together and rebuild this properly. Let's understand the difference between content styles and content pillars. So educate, entertain, and inspire are content styles. They describe how you are saying something, not what you are actually saying. Content pillars, on the other hand, are rooted in topics. They're themes that you explore deeply and consistently, and they're tied to your values, your expertise, and topics that your audience actually cares about. What I love most about content pillars is that they help you stay focused, they help you show up consistently, and they actually help you build something over time. So when I think about why people get content styles and content pillars confused, I think it's because educate, entertain, and inspire sound catchy. I think you hear them and it's easy to kind of think that the surface level advice sounds balanced, that it gives the illusion that there's going to be variety in your content. And I think it's also because it's repeated everywhere. I see it repeated often, but I want to be very clear that catchy does not equal strategic. I think another reason why this gets confused often is because I think people are trying to map these content styles with a marketing funnel. So to show you an example, I think the idea is that they assume that educate equals consideration, or that entertain equals awareness, and that inspire might mean conversion or vice versa. While there is some overlap, I think this logic skips a very critical step, and that is the topic. You can't effectively move people through a funnel just based on tone. So while your style might support your funnel, I want you to remember that your funnel works best when your content is built on something that you are known for. You need actual topics that address questions, pain points, and actual concerns and real needs from your audience. You can't just focus on how you deliver it. So here's one way to distinguish it. It's that your style is going to determine your delivery, but your pillars are going to determine the direction. What is the message that you're trying to get through? When you get through this distinction, your strategy becomes more focused and more effective. So here's what I want you to focus on instead. Use this 3-part framework to define your real content pillars. Think about your topic. What do you want to be known for? When you think about your purpose, why does this matter to your audience? And then you can weave in your style. How do you want to deliver this, right? This is where educate, entertain, and inspire can come in. And I want to show you an example. So the wrong way to do it is to just say educate, entertain, and inspire. You want to get more specific. So like if I had to choose some content pillars, maybe it could be content strategy and content systems and strategy, or creative confidence and mindset, or workflow design for creators. By the way, I received so many questions and comments in my last video where I went and I dived deep on how to find your content pillars. And I think that I addressed like common misconceptions, and it seemed to have really resonated with many of you. So if you haven't seen that video, I offered a more in-depth way to define your content pillars. And if you haven't seen it yet, I will link it in the video description below. So here's a quick thing that you can do to see if your content pillars are actually working for you. I want you to go back and look at your last 10 posts. Can you clearly identify the topic in each of your last 10 posts? Are you just like switching up style? Is there like a real message? Ask yourself, like, was I talking about reading or mindset or spirituality or fitness? Like what was the core message that you were trying to communicate there? I think that this simple exercise can really help you surface your content pillars, and I think you'll find that really insightful. So here's what changes when you actually root yourself in your content pillars and in real topics. You're going to start to notice that your content starts to feel more aligned, and that you attract the right audience, and that you stop scrambling for what to post. It comes more naturally to you. And you're going to start building content that is more intentional, more relevant to your audience, and that converts. And this is because I believe that random content leads to random results. You want to avoid that at all costs. However, when you make topic-driven content and you really focus on that one topic, this is where momentum comes from, because things start to be aligned with your messaging, your audience, things that are relevant to them. Content pillars are not meant to be something that you perform. It's meant to help you with your positioning, with your messaging. Say your account is about books and reading, right? You can share a meme about your never-ending to-be-read list, and that could be something entertaining. Or perhaps you share perhaps you share a list of your must-read books, and that's educational. Or maybe you talk about your morning reading routine, and that's inspiring. But what you'll notice is that all of this content is all anchored on one clear pillar, which is reading. Do you see the difference now? So if you have been using educate, entertain, and inspire as your content pillars, I want you to dig a little deeper. I want you to define your real topics, and I want you to align your content to your message. Like think about how you want to show up with more clarity. Anyway, so I'm curious to hear what your content pillars are. If you would like, please share them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And if you're not sure yet, I actually created a free guide that can help you define your step-by-step process for defining your unique content pillars, and it's linked below in the video description. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video with others that you think would find this really helpful in defining their content pillars. Until next time, keep creating, and I will see you in the next video.